Hello, everybody. This is Crystal Note here, feeling much better than before. And today's story will be basically, it's a few stories from when I was in elementary school. The first one is going to be, now, before I start any of these, let me just let you know I was a very shy child, per se. I didn't really have many people I talked to. So, me yelling anything is out of the blue. So, without further ado, here comes the stories. Yay! So the first one was from fourth grade, and I was sitting in class. My teacher was making an announcement of a new student, and to me that was just like, oh, cool, another student, yay! Sorry. And so I was really getting kind of happy about that, like, oh my gosh, yay, a new student. Like, maybe they'll want to be my friend. Yeah, right. Oh, friend. But, so, when I was, so she was saying the name, and she was trying to pronounce it because it was a bit of a hard name to pronounce. Because it didn't look like the way it sounded or something. I don't know. She just never seen the name before. That I know of, at least. And I just started kind of going like, oh, this name sounds familiar. Then I asked if her last name is my last name, and she says yes. And I'm like, oh, and then I say the name, which I'm not going to say for personal reasons. And I was so happy because apparently the new student was my cousin. My cousin, can you believe that? And I was super happy because this particular cousin I kind of looked up to. I don't know, she just always seemed cool and outgoing to me, and being the shy little butt I was, not really easy making friends. I kind of always thought whenever I hanged out with her, like, oh man, maybe with her here I'll be able to make better friends. She's my cousin, maybe she'll actually talk to me. Yeah, that didn't happen exactly. She made friends, and I later made friends, sorta. Anyway, enough about me being a sad little shy butt. So I was super happy, and I told my mom, like, my cousin's gonna be in the school, and I was so happy because I finally had family in that school because my sisters weren't there yet. And then when she came there, I was always so happy, and then everything was just like, oh. And I didn't end up being friends with her exactly. Like, we don't really talk in school much, and I will admit, sometimes I miss it, but with being in ninth grade now and it being like 4 years later and everything that's happened, I think it's kind of good that we went our separate ways. I still miss her, but I guess she's from my dad's side, okay? Sometimes it's like I want my dad's side back. But but I was super happy, and then I remember one time, and this is kind of a stupid thing to dwell on, I know it is. When you hear it, you'll be like, what the heck? Why is she still dwelling on this? And just for the record, people crying makes me want to cry, so really, this was more of, dude, I was about to tear up myself because she was crying. And with family, just makes it worse, okay? Um, so I was standing in the lunch line, and she was crying, and I could tell because she had her hands in her face, and her face was red, and she looked so sad, and I was so sad just thinking about like what could be wrong. And I asked her, and I tried asking her, but one of her friends turned around and was like, "Mind your own business, Emily. Wait, what's your problem? Mind your own business." And I'm like, I want to know why she's crying. And because I felt like I was making them mad, I decided to just back off. Just back off. So I did. And I do wonder what she was crying about, but really, that was fourth or fifth grade. I mean, that was like fourth grade, so it was too long ago. I mean, it's not like I'll ever forget it. It's just like so long ago. What's the point? I still kind of want to know what it was about, but no one wants to remember something that made you cry that bad. So, and then I remember one time in fifth grade, after everything really crazy started happening. We'll just go with crazy. I have many other words I could call it, but we'll just go with crazy for now, okay? And I was walking to the restroom, and I was in fifth grade now. So this was only about a year later, and things started happening, and craziness, trust issues, all stuff. And she walked up to me and just gave me a hug out of nowhere. And yeah, it brightened my day. I mean, I was real happy. Like, people, I don't usually like hugs, but when it's usually if it was a random person, I probably would have had a different reaction. Not a yelling at them reaction. I never yell at people. I just probably have more of a freeze reaction. But she's family, so it's like, okay. And yeah, it made me feel better because I kind of wanted a hug. Sometimes it just feels nice to get hugs. And that was kind of crazy. And I see her in school sometimes and that, and I don't know, I don't get to talk to her because, well, what am I supposed to say? Hi, hey, we haven't talked in a while. I haven't seen you in a while. Or anything. Like, what the heck am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, like, what? What am I supposed to say? I don't know. But I do have people I can talk to now, so I don't gotta worry about being so, alone. Lonely. Lonely. Mrs. Lonely. And that. So, I don't know. I just don't know what I'd say. The only times I get kind of annoyed is when the world just wants to be stupid and mean. And it's just like, hey, you know, we'll put this here and her here. And it makes it so, like I've had the opportunity, yeah, a few times. But like I said, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? I tried talking to her through Facebook because I do have Messenger with her. But it just never happens because she never responds to me. And I just kind of, I don't know, I just never get a response. And without that response, well, what am I supposed to do? Without that response, what are you supposed to do, huh? And I think what I miss most is the fact that I could always talk to her about anything because I trusted her so much with anything. Like, she was one of those people I could talk to and I wouldn't feel like I had to hide anything. And I talk to Missy like that nowadays, but before Missy, it was always like, hey, is Anna coming is my cousin coming over? Please ignore what I just said. I didn't mean to say her nickname. That's not her full name, it's her nickname. Very sorry. And that. So, I was. So that's like one. That's just one a few of the stories that kind of latched on to me. That kind of latched on to me in that, and just didn't, and just don't go away. You know how sometimes you get those random weird stuff that just sticks with you and won't go away? Just one of those weird stories that you tell yourself over and over again, and every time it just feels weirder and weirder. But you still remember it. Anyway, so that's one of the weird stories I have. I have other ones, but I don't know if but they're all kind of super weird. I don't know. They're kind of more middle school. I had more stuff in middle school happen than I did in any other grade. And I'm just starting out high school. Okay, I'm only in 9th grade in my school. 9th grade is when you start high school. So I don't have many high school stories yet. Not many. I do have like 1, 2 maybe. Most of them happen in lunch. Lunch is like the craziest time for me because it's the funnest because I get to see my friends. Lunch is actually my favorite class because I get to see my friends. Are you kidding me? I love being able to see my friends. I mean, they always make me happy, and they make me laugh, and they make me think. They make me happy, okay? And I'm happy that I only have about 2 usually. Usually it's just me and my 2 other friends, and I'm happy about that because I don't gotta listen to a million mouths at once. And that. And then I go wipe off the tables, and I'm good. And so, those are just a few of the. Those are just a couple of the weird stories that randomly remembered from when I was little. And yeah, I realize now most of them involved my cousin. It is I didn't have any friends to think about, so really I guess my brain decided, oh, let's remember our cousin, because it's easier. And all the other stories I have are, sick stories, ones that involve puke. So, by the way, what I am drawing here is it's a redraw of, it's a redo of, 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 of Undertale Gaming's OC, because I didn't like how it looked before because it was too squished, and this just looks better to me. I don't know why. It looks squished, but it looks better. And this one is the one that will be put on DeviantArt when I finish it. The first link I have to my stuff is going to be on the first link I have to all my stuff is on my first ever video, the one with the adoptable, which I am sorry to say I forgot to save and is no longer able to be adopted. But the next adoptable I will save and I will be able to put on there, and I do have an adoptable there right now that I am able to that you would be able to adopt. And his name is Candy something, and that not just save. Did it? No, it didn't. Okay, so he will be in a different pose because this thing is stupid. So he will be in a different pose apparently. So I think we should just end it off there. Thank you for watching. This is Crystal No signing out. Bye.